Okay, so picture this. You're just living your life, minding your business, eating your cereal, and bam, someone hits you with that weird energy. You know that energy, right? That look, that comment, that, oh, you think you're special now, vibe. And you're standing there like, bro, I'm literally just trying to exist. Here's the thing nobody tells you though. Jealous people aren't actually mad at who you are right now. Nah. They're terrified of who you're becoming. And today, we're diving into Carl Jung's mind to expose exactly what these people see in you that scares them so much they gotta hate. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're gonna be like, oh, so that's why Karen from accounting been acting funny. Let's get into it. So Jung had this concept called the shadow, right? And before you click off thinking this is going to be some boring psychology lecture, hold up, because this is where it gets juicy. Your shadow is basically all the stuff about yourself you don't want to admit. The things you pushed down, the dreams you gave up on, the version of you that you killed because society said, nah, that ain't realistic. Now here's where jealous people come in. When they look at you actually going for your dreams, actually taking risks, actually becoming something, it's like holding up a mirror to their shadow, and they hate it. Think about it. You ever noticed how the people who talk the most trash about someone's success are the same people who gave up on their own dreams? The person clowning your side hustle is the same person who said, I could never do that, about their own side hustle 3 years ago. You're not triggering them because you're doing something wrong. You're triggering them because you're doing something they're too scared to do. And Jung said something wild about this. He basically said that what irritates us about others is usually something we haven't dealt with in ourselves. So when someone's hating on your glow-up, your new business, your weight loss journey, your healing journey, they're really just mad that you're doing what they couldn't do. You're becoming what they're afraid to become. Let me tell you a quick story. I knew this girl. Let's call her Maya. Maya decided to quit her boring 9-to-5 and start a bakery. You'd think people would be supportive, right? Wrong. Her own family was like, you're being irresponsible. You're gonna fail. Who do you think you are? Fast forward 2 years. Maya's bakery is thriving. And guess what? Same family members posting her cupcakes on Instagram like, so proud of my niece. What changed? Nothing. They were never mad at Maya. They were mad at themselves for not having her courage. That's the shadow, baby. Okay, so Jung had this other concept called individuation. Big word, I know. But stay with me because this is game-changing. Individuation is basically the process of becoming your true self, not the version your parents wanted, not the version your friends expect, not the version society programmed into you, the real you. And let me tell you, jealous people are horrified of your individuation. Why? Because most people, they're living on autopilot. They took the safe job, they stayed in the comfortable relationship, they followed the script. Wake up, work, Netflix, sleep, repeat. But you're out here asking questions. Is this really what I want? Is this really who I am? And the moment you start asking those questions, you become dangerous. Not dangerous like you're gonna hurt somebody. Dangerous to the system. Dangerous to the status quo, dangerous to everyone who's convinced themselves that settling is the only option. I saw this video the other day where someone said, the people who get the most upset when you change are the people who benefited from you staying the same. Read that again. Your individuation threatens their comfort. When you were small, insecure and playing it safe, they felt better about their own lives. But now you're growing, now you're confident, now you're taking up space. That's a problem for them. I'm telling you, some people are literally invested in you staying stuck. They built their whole identity around being better than you, or more stable than you, or more realistic than you. So when you start winning, when you start glowing, when you start living, their whole worldview collapses. And instead of being inspired, Instead of being happy for you, they choose jealousy, because jealousy is easier than change. Hating on you is easier than healing themselves. Jung basically said that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But here's what he didn't mention. Most people will try to stop you from claiming that privilege. Why? Because your freedom reminds them of their cage. Think about crabs in a bucket. You ever heard of that? When one crab tries to climb out, the other crabs pull it back down. Not because they're evil, but because if one crab escapes, it means they could have escaped too. And that realization is too painful, so they pull, they hate, they criticize, they doubt you. But that's just proof you're on the right path. All right, we're getting deeper now. Stay with me because this is where it gets really interesting. Jung talked about integration. This is when you stop fighting against parts of yourself and you bring everything together. The good, the bad, the weird, the creative, the scared, the confident. All of it. Most people are walking around fragmented. They got their work personality, their family personality, their friend group personality. They're exhausted because they're playing 47 different characters. But integrated people, they're the same everywhere. They're authentic, they're whole, and that scares jealous people to death. Because an integrated person can't be manipulated. You can't guilt-trip someone who knows who they are. You can't gaslight someone who trusts themselves. You can't control someone who's done the inner work. Jealous people need you to be fragmented. They need you to doubt yourself. They need you to need their approval. But when you integrate, when you become whole, you don't need their validation anymore. And that's the threat. I remember when I stopped caring about what people thought of me. Not in an arrogant way, but in a, I know who I am and I'm good with it way. You know what happened? The people who used to have power over me with their opinions suddenly got real quiet or real loud with the hate. No in-between, because my integration exposed their fragmentation. When you're comfortable in your own skin, it makes uncomfortable people even more uncomfortable. Jung said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. But he also said that once you do it, you become unstoppable. And jealous people can sense that energy. They can feel that you're no longer playing the game. You're no longer performing. You're just being. And that level of freedom, that level of self-acceptance, it's so foreign to them that it feels threatening. Here's a fun fact. Jealous people don't actually want what you have. They want you to not have it. Big difference. They don't want the business, the confidence, the peace, the growth. Because having those things requires work. It requires facing your shadow. It requires individuation. It requires integration. Nah, they just want you to be as miserable as they are. Misery loves company, remember. So when you're out here integrating, healing, growing, glowing, you're basically showing up to the misery party in a sparkly outfit, and they're big mad about it. Now we're getting to the ultimate fear. The big one. Self-realization. This is when you not only know who you are, but you become it fully. You step into your purpose. You live your truth. You embody your potential. And jealous people, they're praying you never get here, because self-realized people change the game. They don't play by the rules anymore. They create the rules. Think about every person you admire, the ones who really inspire you. They're all self-realized to some degree. They found their thing and they went all in. And I guarantee you, every single one of them has haters. Every single one of them has jealous people in their comments, in their DMs, in their family. Why? Because self-realization is a threat to mediocrity. When you're self-realized, you're not asking for permission anymore. You're not waiting for approval. You're not dimming your light so others feel comfortable. You're just shining. And that light? It either inspires people or it exposes them. There's no middle ground. Jung believed that the goal of human life is self-realization. He called it the self with a capital S, the ultimate version of you, the you that you came here to be. But most people never get there. You know why? Because the journey to self-realization requires you to face your fears, let go of other people's expectations, disappoint people who want you to stay small, bet on yourself when nobody else will, keep going when everyone says quit. That's a lot. That's hard. So most people don't do it. And they convince themselves that the people who do it are lucky or privileged or just different. But deep down, they know the truth. They know those people just had the courage they didn't have. And that's what eats them alive. I saw this quote that said, "Jealousy is just love and hate at the same time." And I think that's perfect for this. Jealous people low-key love what you're doing. They're fascinated by it. They're watching your every move. They're checking your page more than your supporters are. But they also hate it because it reminds them of their own untapped potential, their own unrealized dreams, their own unlived life. You're a walking reminder of what they could be if they just got out of their own way. And instead of using that as motivation, they use it as ammunition to tear you down, to minimize your success, to convince themselves that you're not that special. But here's the plot twist. The more they hate, the more they're actually confirming that you're on the right path. Because nobody hates on someone who's playing small. Nobody's jealous of someone who's stuck. They're jealous of your potential. They're afraid of your self-realization. And honestly, that's a compliment. Okay, so now you know what jealous people fear. But the real question is, what do you do about it? Because let's be real, dealing with jealous energy is draining. It can make you second-guess yourself. It can make you want to dim your light. It can make you want to quit. So here's the Jung-inspired game plan. Number 1. Understand that their jealousy is about them, not you. Seriously, tattoo this on your forehead. Their reaction to your growth is a reflection of their relationship with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. You could be the most humble, kind, generous person on the planet, and they'd still be jealous. Because it's not about your character, it's about their shadow. So stop trying to make jealous people comfortable. Stop dimming your light. Stop playing small. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Number 2. Use it as fuel. Every time someone hates, let it motivate you. Let it remind you that you're doing something right. Let it push you to go even harder. Some of the most successful people literally have a hater board where they screenshot negative comments and use it as inspiration. Not in a bitter way, but in a, "Oh, you think I can't do it? Watch this way." Jung said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." But I'm adding to that. Everything that irritates others about you can lead you to an understanding of your power. If they're hating, you're activating something in them, and that something is usually fear of their own potential. So keep going. Number 3, protect your energy. You don't owe jealous people access to you. You don't owe them explanations. You don't owe them your time. Set boundaries. Unfollow. Block. Distance yourself. Jung talked a lot about psychological boundaries. He said you can't integrate if you're constantly being drained by other people's projections. So create space for your growth. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you, not tolerate you. And if family members are the jealous ones, that's tough, but you still gotta protect your peace. You can love people from a distance. Number 4, keep individuating. Don't let jealous people stop your journey. Don't let their fear infect your courage. Keep becoming who you're meant to be. Keep asking the hard questions. Keep choosing yourself. Because here's the truth. In 5 years, those jealous people will either A, still be stuck, still be hating, or B, finally be inspired by you and start their own journey. Either way, it's not your problem. Your only job is to keep growing. Number 5. Have compassion, but don't sacrifice yourself. Look, I'm not saying jealous people are evil. They're usually just hurt. They're living in their shadow. They haven't done the work. You can have compassion for that. You can understand it. But understanding doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. Compassion doesn't mean letting people project their insecurities onto you. You can wish them well and walk away. Jung believed in collective healing. He believed that when one person does the inner work, it creates a ripple effect. It gives others permission to do the same. So by continuing your journey, by refusing to shrink, by stepping into self-realization, you're actually helping them in the long run, even if they can't see it yet. Maybe one day, your success will be the wake-up call they need. Maybe seeing you win will finally push them to try. Or maybe not. But that's their journey, not yours. Your journey is to become everything you're capable of becoming. So let me bring this home. Jealous people aren't afraid of who you are. They're afraid of who you're becoming. They're afraid of your shadow work because it highlights their avoidance. Individuation because it exposes their conformity. Integration because it reveals their fragmentation. Self-realization because it mirrors their unrealized potential. And you know what? Let them be afraid. Their fear is not your problem. Their jealousy is not your burden. Your job is to keep going, keep growing, keep glowing. Carl Jung spent his whole life studying the human psyche, and you know what he concluded? That the most important journey you'll ever take is the journey to yourself. And on that journey, some people will cheer you on, some people will join you, and some people will throw rocks. Let them throw. You just keep walking. Because at the end of the day, you're not living for their approval. You're living for your evolution. And that's what they're really afraid of. So go be great, go be whole, go be you. And if that makes someone jealous, good, let it. You're not here to make everyone comfortable. You're here to become who you were always meant to be. Now go do that. If this video hit different, smash that like button, drop a comment telling me which part resonated most, and subscribe because we're diving deep into Jung, psychology and self-growth every single week. And hey, if you're feeling generous and this video helped you see things differently, those gifts and super thanks really help me keep making content like this for you. I see you and I appreciate you. Until next time, keep growing, keep glowing, and remember, your potential is terrifying to people who settled. Peace.